It's in the water. Revelation 11, Part 1. In vino veritas, in aqua sanitas, in wine is truth, in water health. Latin proverb. During different meditation sessions, I asked Noam to tell me more about how to incorporate the use of water in balancing our daily diet. And perhaps there is anything else special about water and its role in our life that can be interesting and important to be revealed to me at this time. On a personal note, I love that Noam doesn't use over-the-top fancy terms to convey the message to me. She feels like a cool big sister and doesn't patronize in any way. She is a straight shooter. She doesn't sugarcoat or make things cushier than they are. I love her for that. I learned to communicate that way, and it is not easy for me. I'm still in fear of offending folks by simply telling things as they are. I learned to trust the words coming from Noam, and I learned to trust myself as the other valuable part of this connection. Without me, just like without Noam, none of it would be possible. And no, she doesn't dictate to me what to say or write. Although her voice, as you can call it, is very clear in my mind as I'm writing this down, it's a process like no other. It is a creative collaboration. It is a beautiful feeling which I hope can be felt by those of you who read this book. I love you. Enjoy. Water is everything for a human. You came from water. You exist as a vessel of water. Only when your physical body dies does the water no longer remain within you. It will leave you with your last breath. You are water. This fact is not the news, but what the water actually does for you. Understanding the nature of the water will help you to come to terms with your existence as a human. I'll take a little pause here. It's funny that water is now once again in focus after Avatar 2, Way of the Water came out. I will not discuss the movie itself here, but the reason it's even materialized is probably because water needs to take the main place in our psyche, and our attention needs to be paid to water. Noam revealed a lot of interesting facts about water and its role in human existence. For me, it was easy to understand deep down, or perhaps high up, as I've always intuitively known it. Is it true that the water holds the memory of everything that ever happened on the planet? You know very little about water, and one day you will be able to decode the water's memory. There is a reason why planet Earth is primarily water. Over 70% of the planet's surface. Water is vital for life on Earth, not only for humans but for the entire ecosystem. The design of Earth as a whole is one of a kind. There is no other planet in the cosmic neighborhood that has a similar makeup. It is truly a one-of-a-kind planet. It was not always so. In the beginning, it was just water. The water covered the entire globe, and life was implemented into the water, where it remained for millions of years. Cosmic DNA in its initial form is contained only by water creatures. That is why most life forms on Earth still start their evolution in the water. Human life transmits through the drops of bodily fluid, male and female, and then grows and develops into the human embryo in the amniotic fluid within the female amniotic sac, ensuring a complete aqua environment for a forming human body. There is an importance to the water the embryo grows in. It is not just water and the byproduct of baby digestion. It is a highly potent, DNA-enriched environment where the future body of the human grows and develops in accordance with the premeditated future life. Is there any truth to the theory that humans evolved from fish, or is Darwin correct about apes evolving into humans? All life on planet Earth originated in water, and therefore at your roots you are water-living, fish-like creatures. The project of human hybridization took hundreds of millions of years and many stages, as you might call them. Some stages were more successful than others, but each one served evolution at some level. No DNA sample is lost per se. The human embryo, as you have already discovered, does resemble a fish in the early stages of development. Even the sperm cell is reminiscent of a fish, as the egg cell is reminiscent of a fish egg. It is all part of greater creation. As for the link between apes and humans, There is a direct link, but the apes didn't develop into humans selectively, as has been assumed due to favorable circumstances. Humans were created as humans, having been specifically advanced based on their star origins. There is no such thing as spontaneous evolution. It is a creative process and requires a particular set of upgrades to be performed at the level of consciousness. It is not to be assumed that animal forms do not have consciousness. They do. It is just a different form of consciousness altogether. Simply put, your view on evolution is simplified. Just because you share a certain amount of DNA with a banana or an oak tree does not necessarily mean you evolved from it. It only means that all creation on Earth is deliberate and all living forms in your planetary biosphere are genetically intertwined. You are literally one. You said water is essentially a database that stores all the information about the history of the planet. How does such memory work exactly? I am at a loss here trying to comprehend the concept. Let me try to clarify this. Simplistically, the molecular structure of water is a triangle where an atom of oxygen is surrounded by two atoms of hydrogen. This is a known fact to you. You have even recognized that the molecule of hydrogen in its restful state is balanced, the proton being positively charged while the electron is negatively charged. This is true, yet it is far from the bigger picture. Water is not a conductor like metals, for example. However, it is when there are photons present in its structure. In other words, whatever water is exposed to is forever ingrained into the water's energetic structure, a mostly unknown part of research at this time. Water reacts to energy by absorbing it without distortions. When energy is sent to the planet, for specific reasons it will be stored in the water instantly, and then the bodies of water, which make up a majority of the planet, affect the entire Earth's energy. It serves as a messenger, so to speak. There are empty spaces in the water atoms where hydrogen and oxygen fuse under the effect of light being a broad term here, as any energy to which water is exposed is interpreted by water as light. In essence, when we talk about water properties, there is nothing that is not light. Water is an element of change, evolution, and the ultimate memory of creation. It affects all elements on planet Earth and beyond. Many planets and galaxies use water in the same way as on Earth. It is best described as a downloadable cloud that can spread and hold an enormous amount of data for various uses. I struggle to find terms in which the phenomenon of water can be fully conveyed to you. There is nothing I can compare it to, and it is somewhat beyond your current level of understanding. If water could be decoded, it could tell the complete story of Earth's evolution and history, including Atlantis, Maya, Etruscans, Lemuria, and more. In water, nothing is lost and nothing is forgotten. Please support us by liking and sharing the video, as well as subscribing to our channel, Power of Your Higher Self. The complete text is available on Amazon as a book titled Unlimited Wisdom and Power of Your Higher Self. Create the Life You Want by E.V. Sky.